What's up, guys? Today we are getting back into the Video Nasties series, which I'm so excited for. We're going to be talking about a 1977 movie today called Fight for Your Life. Check this one out. You won't want to miss it. What is up, guys? This is Kyle over here at the Horror File, coming back with another Video Nasties review. I'm really excited to delve back into the Video Nasties here. It's a lot of these Video Nasties I've been watching or have seen, I've absolutely loved. This being one of them. I will go ahead and say I love this movie, and I'm going to give you guys an idea of what this movie's about. This is a 1977, and there's a lot of different genres you can consider this movie. It's not necessarily a horror movie by any means. It does have some horror elements to it, but it's more of like an action / home invasion movie. It is a blaxploitation movie. It is called Fight for Your Life. The 1977 movie directed by Robert A. Endelson. This movie stars William Sanderson as the character Kane and Robert Judd as the character Ted. Just to kind of give you an idea of how this got on the Video Nasties, or not how, but why it was on the Video Nasties list, and some brief overview of it. This is the only Video Nasty. This got onto the Video Nasties list because of the language and the racism in this movie. This is probably, and I'm just going to go ahead and forewarn everybody, if you do end up watching this after watching my video, this is probably going to be the most racist movie you've ever seen in your life. And it is definitely the most racist movie I've ever seen. I mean, you got movies like American History X and things of that nature. This beats American History X out. I mean, American History X is roughly based off of, kind of true elements, true stories. This is like a fictional story, but it's just like really, really racist. Racist things don't bother me, but if you guys are watching this and you are easily offended by that kind of stuff, definitely just skip out on this one. But it's still a great movie, nonetheless. This is, like I said, this got its place on the Video Nasties list. It's actually the first Video Nasty that actually got put on, like I said, because of the language and the racism in it. And if you guys aren't familiar with what Video Nasty is, I'll just kind of go ahead and briefly sum it up. There's a list of British, list of movies that Britain would not allow to be seen in like the 80s. And this is one of the movies that made the list. I want to say there's like 70 or 80 movies on that list. You can actually go to IMDb and look them up. But cool little fact about this movie before I get into the plot. The original film negative was being stored by the film's rights holder. So basically the original film reel for this movie was being stored by the film right holder. And it was actually destroyed in 2012 during Hurricane Sandy. So I guess the house got destroyed where it was being stored in the basement, and it destroyed the film reel. So this movie was actually released by Blue Underground. I definitely recommend checking out the Blue Underground release. It's a great release. Has a lot of cool special features on it. Getting into the plot. This is another one of those type of movies that's got a pretty straightforward plot to this. You got these three guys. You got a Mexican guy, an Asian guy, and then you got a white guy who are in jail for like unspeakable things, really bad things. I mean, I'm pretty sure these guys were in jail for like murder. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. From what I remember, they all were in jail for pretty much murder and like rape or whatever. So they're in jail, and they actually escape out of jail. They get out of jail. They escape. In the first half of the movie, or first part of the movie, it shows them getting out of. They were in a cop truck basically. They're being transported, and the cop truck basically hits like a pole, and they get out. The cops get out to check on the inmates, and they open up the trunk where all the inmates are being stored, and the inmates got out and just fled. And then they steal a car from this pimp guy. He looks like a pimp, and they take off. So they're just pretty much taking off. One of the first places they go to is a gas station to steal some gas, and they stab this dude. I don't think they killed him, but they stabbed him a ton of times. Stole gas. Was the attendant at the gas station. And then they end up going to this town, to this liquor store, and they try to rob this liquor store and end up killing the liquor store owner, and taking, there's a black lady that was in the store, taking her hostage and taking her basically back to her house, telling her, say, hey, where do you live? I'm bringing you back to your house. We're going to, lay low there for a while. Goes back to this house, obviously, with as racist as this movie is, it is a black family that's at this house, and these three inmate guys, these escaped convicts, they pretty much take over the house. A lot of stuff happens after this point. I mean, you got things happening like, you know, the little boy comes home that lives at the house. They pretty much like verbally abuse the little boy. They, you know, make a lot of sexual references toward the women. The dad obviously comes home. They say a ton. I mean, I'm talking about like, this is, like I said, if you guys are easily offended by racist shit, I would definitely not recommend this. Say a ton of shit to this black guy, the dad that owns the house. It's really, really. I mean, you watch and you're like, wow. You know, nowadays, no way in hell this movie would ever be made, ever. Like back in the '70s, they were a little bit more open with stuff like this, and obviously, you know, nowadays this kind of movie would just never exist. But I think the shocking video nasty aspect of this movie is the racial remarks and the language in this movie is just horrible. There's actually a scene where they kill a kid in this movie as well, which, you know, you see that here and there, but this is a pretty brutal kind of killing. There's just a lot of death scenes, there's a lot of murders in this movie. But pretty much the whole premise of the movie, they take over this house with this, you know, this African American family. They berate them, put them down, get them to do really kind of stupid shit. And these convicts are just really pieces of shit garbage, and you know, they're pretty much just laying low at this house until that night where they can steal their car and take off in their car. Which you'll see kind of what happens, you know, in this, you know, when that comes down to that. So, fight for your life. Couple things I will say about this movie. Minus the racist remarks and the very, very you know, horrible berating things that they say to this family, this is one of the best home invasion movies I have ever seen. The acting is great. William Sanderson, actually the guy that plays Kane, which is the main guy, he's the guy that says most of all the racist stuff. He's a great actor. He's actually been in a ton of other things. He was in, like, I want to say Blade Runner, and he was in another horror movie in the '70s. Well, he's been in like tons of stuff, tons of TV shows. He was on the X-Files, I think. And then Robert Judd, who is actually dead now. He's the father of the family that gets taken over. He's an excellent actor too. He's portrayed to be like this Christian family man, but yet, you know, when they start messing with his family, he does what any man would do and tries to protect his family. Like I said, one of the best home invasion movies I've ever seen, other than House on the Edge of the Park, which was another video nasty. I've really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty awesome. It was funny at times. It had really cool scenes of like a lot of violent scenes. Had really cool you know, directorial style was pretty cool. You know, it was pretty much they're following around Kane in a lot of scenes, and following around the father. I would give this movie honestly a solid 10 out of 10. There was not really anything I did not like about this movie other than obviously the racist stuff, but you got to kind of take that into effect when you're going into this movie. That was like the main thing of this movie I knew about, was like, this is the most, like everybody was telling me, that's the most racist movie you're ever going to watch. But if you kind of take that out of the picture and just take it as it is, amazing movie. I thought it was excellent. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. And like and subscribe to my page. Till the next video, Nasties. See you later.